Hi everyone, I'm Evan Silverstein, the founder of Zibbit, and in this video I'm going to show you how we can prepare an affidavit of documents using Zibbit. So we're going to build an index and we're going to bundle up all our materials into a digital binder, and it's going to include bookmarks, hyperlinks, tab pages, all that good stuff. So let's get into it. Right now, what you're looking at is a plain text affidavit of documents. So this is just a title page. If I scroll down, the lawyer certificate, and here is Schedule A. So right now, this is, again, plain text. There's no automation going on. I'm going to show you how we can use Zibbit to make our life easy. So first thing to do is, in the ribbon, there's a button, Zibbit. So we're going to click on that. And to get started, we're going to click the logo. So here we're going to create a project. And now all I have to do is select the folder that contains my productions. So I'll start by doing that. And I have it already selected. Next, I'm going to choose a template. So here's the Affidavit of Documents template. And a template is just a collection of settings. That way, everything is going to be properly configured when we're trying to prepare an affidavit of documents. And that's it. I'm going to create the project. And yeah, these are the files that we're going to be working with. One thing to mention is you have lots of control over managing your materials. So, if you realize you need to add additional files, you can simply hit this plus button. Similarly, if you need to remove any items, you can delete items here. But let's go ahead and build that index. So under Schedule A, this is where we want to build our index. And all I have to do is click this button. So here we have settings that we can play around with, but because we're using that template, we're ready to go. So I'm going to hit insert. By the way, wherever my cursor is, that's where the index is going to be inserted. So just want to make that clear. And here we go. Here's our starting index. So one thing to point out is if you didn't want to include all your materials in this index, you could simply open up this setting here. And right now we have all our materials included. If you hit view, you can decide specifically what you want to include. Let's, for example, remove the first item, update, and you can see our index now reflects that change. But let's go ahead and put it back. Another common thing is if you need to rearrange the order of your index. So all you have to do is click this button here, and we're just going to rearrange the order of our materials, and then our index is going to reflect that change. So for instance, let's move this item here, hit save, and there you go. This frog image document is now at tab 3. So one thing to point out here also is that by default, we include this page number column. And this is handy when you're preparing something like a motion record where we want the page number included in our index. But in this case, we don't actually need it. You don't typically see that. So I'm going to delete this column. And instead, I'm going to add a new column. And the nice thing about Zibbit is you have lots of control over how you want this table to appear. So I'm going to capture the date. And let's do today's date. And I'm just going to copy this down for the other ones. And yeah, if you wanted to capture additional information, you could continue to add columns, but this is good. And we can format this however we need. Let's center it. I know some users out there like to have borders around everything, so you can make this table appear however you need. But we're basically ready to go. So let's create our digital binder. So I'm going to hit publish. So here we have additional settings we can play around with, but because we're using that template, we are ready to go. So I'm going to hit publish, save the document, And Zibbit is now bundling up all our materials, creating a PDF. And here it is. So we're going to open it up. And first thing I want to show you is if I open up the bookmarks, just close some of these, you can see it's created a bookmark for each item in our index. So I'll click on the first one. We get a tab page, and here is our document. Now you can customize all of this. If you didn't want a tab page, you can remove it. If you want different text to appear here, you can do that as well. But let's go ahead and jump back to the beginning. Another thing to point out is with this template, by default, it's going to include pagination. Again, if you don't want pagination, you can exclude it, and you can also control what page you want pagination to start on, as well as the positioning. So if you want it top, bottom, left, right, you can control all that. And finally, let's look at our index. So here it is. And the nice thing is under the tab column, all of these are hyperlinked. So if I click on this one, we get to tab 3. And here is our document. So that's pretty much it for this video. If you found this interesting, I encourage you to go to the website. You can get started for free. And otherwise, yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.